Hi folks, and welcome back. We are talking about encouragement today. And today's message on encouragement is patience. I know that doesn't sound very encouraging. However, there's a lot of people out there who are disappointed because God does not answer their prayers. And maybe you're one of those people that God hasn't answered your prayer. But you have to remember that our God is a very patient God. And that's why in 1 Corinthians it says, love is patient. Love is kind. I find it ironic that patience is the first sign of love, because He is building patience within you. I want you to stand in faith, knowing that beyond all doubt that He has asked you to do something, you have asked Him to do something, and know that He has answered your prayer. The moment that you spoke, your prayer was answered. And I do not believe that no is an answer from God. I believe there's myriad reasons why prayers are unanswered. Sometimes they're just selfish. Sometimes there's patience. Sometimes you don't fully understand the heart of God of the matter, and so you're praying one way and you expect something else. Throw all your expectations aside. Throw them all aside, saying, Father, I have asked and asked and asked, but I throw my expectations aside. And I allow the vision of this need to come into my heart, your vision. Because Jesus says, whatsoever things you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it already and it will be yours. Or anything that you ask in my name, I will give you. I have a whole segment on that, but I do want to encourage you that patience, my brothers and sisters, patience is the very thrust of the heart of God. Look at Abraham, will you? Here he is. He is called a man, and God says that I will give you descendants as numerous as the sands of the seashore. And then he doesn't hear from God for years. And then Melchizedek comes. And then he doesn't hear from God for years. And then all of a sudden, he says, that's okay. I'm going to sleep with Hagar. And Hagar's going to bear me a son. And we're going to name him Ishmael. And 15 years later, 14 years later, 12 years later, Isaac comes. The father comes to Abraham and says, oh, don't worry. Yeah, this isn't your promise. Your wife, who's very old in age, will bear you a son. And I think she was 100. And you know, we're talking about 40 years after God had called him, he's finally having a son with his wife who had been barren her whole entire life. Don't get ahead of God. And don't think that He isn't concerned for one moment about the desires of your heart. Okay? He is very concerned. But let me ask you something. Are you still going to trust Him? When you've asked and it seems like it hasn't come to pass. He's answered that prayer. And it's never a no, folks. What it is your heart's not right, or there's something I want you to learn first. And 90% of the time it's patience, and that regardless of what happens, you're going to trust Him, believing that you have received that promise already. It will be yours. So folks, that is my encouragement. Walk in patience just as much as you do faith. He has answered your prayer. He's answered your prayer.